You know, I should have announced to you all that I was going to go live, but I didn't know. I just got back from doing concessions at the soccer game with my for my daughter's high school, and you know I'll be representing, and I'm yet to have somebody ask me what this means. Of course, every time saved folks see pentagram, they know exactly what it means, but they really don't, because the history behind the pentagram used to the early Christians used to wear these. As a matter of fact, they stood for the 5 stations of the cross. So somehow then the cross got to stand for the cult of Jesus Christ. But this used to be a symbol for early Christians before it was a symbol for pagans and witches. So anyways, I'm sitting here tonight. Behind the phone is the sewing machine, because Bowline Apothecary is one of my retailers here in the Columbus area. Greetings. Hey, Joey. Brosep's on. Say hi to Brosep. So what I'm doing is I'm making Mojo Bags, okay? And I started to talk to my cousin Ashley, who is my apprentice, about the history of Mojo Bags. So I'm sewing these tonight, so I kind of want to talk to you guys about how they're made and what they're for. Okay, so like there are ones sold in stores, and usually they're just really cotton, like not even t-shirt cotton, thin things, and they've got these strings. Okay, I got a low battery, so I got about 10% left, so I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking to y'all. You know, well, my charger won't stretch, but see if you can get the charger from Trinity. Yeah, we'll see if we can put it in here on the thingy-majiggy or somewhere, you know. So anyways, these are not traditional Mojo bags. Mojo bags, you know, are not meant to be tied. We started talking about the history because she was asking if these are mojos, like what you guys want me to make. Hi, everybody, for the men, like a men's version of titty grease, and we're going to call them mojos. But they're not the same as mojo bags or what is considered to be a mojo hand. And so what you'll do is in a lot of new age stores, you'll see these bags of multiple different colors. But the traditional mojo hands weren't made like this, you know, as far as back as we can remember. You know, they're not made like this. At least this is what I've been told, you know. But in any case, and they didn't have drawstrings. So a lot of people put crystals and stuff in here. And it depends on your school of thought. Some people are like, oh, you can't put crystals in a mojo bag. And other people are like, yeah, you can, because they're from the earth, just like any other curio. I'm from the yeah, you can. So these nicely drawstring, but the reality of the matter is you're still going to have to tie them in a knot. That's a no-go if you're practicing magic, okay? You don't tie up anything in knots unless you want to bind it. And I was talking to my cousin and saying, you know, po folks didn't have a lot of things on hand to do spells, so they'll do a spell with a piece of thread or a piece of string, you know, if they want to tie somebody up or bind them to keep them from doing something, or, thank you, battery. Hold on, y'all. Get that battery life. Okay. If they wanted to tie someone up, to keep them from doing something, bind them, prevent them from doing something. So don't tie strings in your mojo bag. So when I finished making these, and this is just a piece of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get twine and I'm going to cut it to an acceptable length. I say about a foot. That gives people some room to work with, because when you construct the bag, then you're going to wrap the string around it and run a loop through it by pushing it up under what you've wrapped. And when I'm making a knot in a bag, I'll make one that's like not quote unquote magical for you guys and do a video for you, you know. That's the other thing about mojo hands. They come from Africa, and we didn't have pockets, of course, in Africa. It's too damn hot there. Most of us didn't wear a lot of clothes because it was too damn hot there. So a lot of the times, most of the times, they wore them around their waist, and they called them nation sacks, and they used a piece of leather to tie these mojo hands around them. I mean, not only for spiritual purposes, I would think that there are herbs and roots that could ward off certain types of animals and insects as well. So they were protective bags. Now, fast forward to the United States, use them for health purposes, luck purposes, love purposes. So most often you're going to see the traditional colors of red, which is pretty much you can put any mojo hand you want in the bag, or green for gambling. So that's what I'm doing tonight. You know, I started by folding the material in half, measuring it against one of these standard size bags, and then folding down the inside hem. So then I'll measure it to the bag and sew up the side hems, simply turn it inside out after I've done the top hem. Do the top, sew the sides. If you know how to use a sewing machine, great. But if you need a little hem, a little seam allowance rather, and then turn it inside out, and there's your Mojo bag. Cut some string, put whatever herbs or roots you want in it, and go. Now, let's talk about the rules for use of a Mojo hand. Traditional use of a Mojo hand is that it is your personal magic. It's also been referred to as a medicine bag. So you won't want anyone, just like Teddy Grease or any of your other special magical, don't let people come in your house and run their hands through your crystals. It's not a display. This ain't a museum. Don't let people touch your magical shit. You know, no, I'm not assuming that everybody's going to curse you, but whatever is sacred to you should have your energy, not the energy of other people. So the same thing goes with a Mojo hand, okay? You can fix them yourself, and I have them on my Etsy page. I don't know if I listed them on my website. I'll check. But I sell empty ones, so you can make them yourself. Typically what goes in a Mojo bag is the herbs and roots for a specific condition. About to say Pacific condition. A specific condition. So, of course, if you wanted a money bag, you'd have some allspice, some cinnamon, some five-finger grass. And then there are things like the alligator hands that you see. Yes, they are real alligator hands because people eat alligator meat. What you going to do with the hands? We're being ecologically friendly here with our magic. So we get the alligator hands and throw the alligator hands in that money bag, and its claw is going to grab and hold on to money. Remember, that is the doctrine of signatures, where something looks like something. So if it's a claw and it can hold on to something, then you want to use that. If it looks like something, that's what it's attributed to. And that's how a lot of magic is performed. But you'd also find that the medicinal use of a plant also comes into play with how their magic is performed. So you put in those things. Now, if it's a protective bag and you want to like get rid of bad energies, like you want to put in, and it says my connection is weak, so y'all let me know if I'm breaking up. If you want to put in obsidian, black obsidian, I'm cussing y'all. My connection is weak. My connection ain't been weak all goddamn night until I get on the internet. Anyways, work any other time, because I'm about to tell y'all some good stuff, and that's what always happens. So you use crystals if you wish in your bag. It's still, they would be considered curios. So just like that alligator hand, or if it's a love bag, an Adam and Eve root, some tonka beans, things like that, you put in the bag, okay? Now, another important part of a Mojo bag is your petition paper. Traditionally, folks didn't have a lot of money, so they just wrote it on whatever they could. That's where it comes from, writing your petition on a paper bag. Nowadays, us modern folks, as I say, us modern Negroes, we go to the store, the dollar store, we get a bag of paper bags. And I literally cut, yes, common sense in this magical theory. Yeah, that's because it's the magic of oppressed poor people. So you can't have a bunch of highfalutin bullshit, okay? So you go and you get the bags from the dollar store, scoop fancy-ass parchment paper. I don't care. You can use toilet paper, depending on whatever paper you got, okay? Whatever you have, really. If you got to go pull a piece of paper out the copy machine. But if you want to, have that old school feel, go get you some dollar store. You can get like 100 for $1, paper bags. Cut them up, and I would say maybe about a 3x3 or 4x4, and you write your petition on the paper. And then over it, you'd write your name. So you'd write the petition, turn it clockwise, and then you'd write your name. Now, inside of that, I would even throw in powders, like money drawing powder, as any type of sachet powder for the condition. Then when you fold it up, you're going to fold it up towards you. Now, if it's like for protection to push bad energies away from you, you roll that away from you. That's the same way in candle magic, okay? We'll have something about a little bit thing on candle magic. But you would put your petition paper in there. Now, then we talked about the string. Any old piece of twine would do. Jute is a little too thick. I see people making mojo bags with jute, and I'm just like, I would not want that up against my skin. So I go and get some really nice cotton, kind of like what you sew up bird with type of twine, and you'll loop it around, and then you push the ends of the mojo bag strings up through the bottom. You can do that a couple times, loop it around. Once again, hello everybody. Once again, you don't want to tie knots in your magic. Remember, knot tying is specific to binding spells. Floss is nice, but you know, if you use embroidery floss, it's very slippery. So you could have it's nice and shiny and pretty, but you run the risk of your mojo bag coming apart. So I would keep it old school. Twine, felt. You know, the titty-grees are nice because they're satin, but if you want to make it old school mojo hand, hey, Lily Beth, that's what you want to do. So, you know, after I take it, fold it over, make sure it's the right dimensions, and make my top seam, then I make my side seams, and then I'll cut between them and have bag. I'm making these for Bowline Apothecary. So Lily, you'll be getting your Lily from Bowline, not Lily Beth from Blessed Be. But if you want some Lily Beth, you can have some too. I'm making these take to their store. So you will be able to pick up your own empty mojo hands. And one of the great things, and yes, I'm going to do some shameless plugging of one of my lovely merchants, because I broadcasted live from Blessed Be. So Bowline, next time I go in there, I'll broadcast live. But the great thing about Bowline is you can buy your bags there in every single route under the sun. Okay, yeah. My daughters wrote me a note. Y'all, go take care of that. Go take care of that. Okay, I'm in the middle of a live session. Seriously? Yeah, you waited all evening. I'll be with you momentarily. In any case, sorry, I can't do shit. So Bowline Apothecary, as I was saying, if you buy your mojo bag, then you can also buy whatever herbs and roots you need to put in there. Okay? So you got your mojo bag, you got your contents in the bag, you've wrapped it with a piece of twine, and you've gone round and round with the twine, loop it through. I'll do a video. And then you're going to bless your bag. Can you please leave the room? Both of you. If you're going to talk, leave the room. So anyways, you'll bless your bag. So that will involve whatever blessings, ceremonial magic that you do in your particular practice. Of course, especially when you get online with possibly hundreds of people, yeah, that's exactly what happens. Jesus Christ. In any case, you bless the bag. You can use whiskey, you can use holy water, you can use Hoyt's cologne. That's traditional for gambling mojo bags. You can use any conjure cologne that I sell, especially if it's, you know, for whatever condition. So if it's a love bag or an attraction bag or sexual attraction bag, like for example, you could use, you know, you can use nose opener, booty call, whatever. Okay. These are regular mojo bags. These are not the mojos. These are regular mojo bags, Zach. I'm just talking about traditional mojo hands. And so then what you will do is after you bless your bag, you would want to keep it next to your skin. Old school sisters may pin them inside their bras or their undergarments. Same thing with the men, at least for 7 days. You want to talk to it often, which is basically, you know, you might think that's kind of a little silly. I'm talking to a bag, but that's your spell. So you're going to do your spell work over your bag every day for those 7 days, and any day you feel like you need it. And you'll bless it with cologne or the, you know, water of your choice whenever you feel that you need to, especially if you feel like the spell is not working as strong as it should be working for you. People often ask, when am I supposed to replace a mojo bag? My opinion is if you can't smell the roots no more, then it's time to replace it. Once the smell is gone out of something, usually it's completely dead. And then it should be replaced. Word to the wise on Mojo hands, the traditional use is that you don't let people see or touch your magic. So, if somebody makes you a Mojo bag, or you make one for yourself, and it comes into contact, especially physical contact, with someone else, then I would dispose of that at the graveyards, at the crossroad, as long as there's not anything in it that will not biodegrade or puncture a tire or something. But as long as it's biodegradable, you can leave it in nature at the graveyard. I have a YouTube channel. This is just easier. But I should record this stuff, and I will one day. I just got inspired, to start this. So, leave it. You can leave it with maybe an ancestor at the cemetery, but you want to dispose of it when it's no longer in use, in a way where it's, especially if it's got your personal concerns in it, where it would not be attributed to you and nobody can get it and perform magic on you. If you have a yard, and I'm really not really keen on burying spells, because a lot of the times we're doing spells to get something away from us, so we don't want to bury something in a yard. I find for city folks, the best place to get rid of spell work is, like in Chicago, they have alleys, and these alleys will cross 4 ways. You're at a crossroads. Put your used spell in the garbage can at the crossroads. For those who are worshippers of Hecate and their deities use 3-way crossroads, same thing. Alley's dead end, and that's 3-way crossroad. So that is how you dispose of your mojo after it's done. So that was just my quick talk. How to make a mojo bag. Since I was making them, I figured I'd tell you. I'll post a link to mine down in the comments. Most definitely, Tina, I travel. So if you have a conjure shop or a group of practitioners that want to know how to make certain things, I'll be more than happy to pay you a visit. So that was Mojo 101. Hello, how are you, Miss Warden, Sister Warden? That's it. Remains can go in the river or local creek. I'm just worried about, I would leave things with my ancestors in a cemetery, because they're my ancestors. I worry about putting things in streams because of the water life that's there. And if you just have a crossroads where you can leave things in a garbage can, it's the same thing as leaving it in the middle of the street. So just be a little bit safe about how you dispose of your magic, for your own personal safety as well as the safety of the environment. So that's all I got. Ta-ta for now. If I didn't answer your questions as we were going along, I think I got everybody. I said hello to everybody. I feel like the lady from Romper Room. I see Will, and I see Dia, and I see Christina. You know that bitch never said my name? My given name is Tracy. Elizabeth Ruth was my grandmother, the old school witch. But how you never gonna say Tracy? Man, it used to make me mad. I spent my whole life sitting in front of that TV, being late for kindergarten, trying to wait for that bitch to say my name. She never said my name. Yeah, I got issues. I hold a grudge. I really do. All right. Love, peace, Afro Grease. See y'all later. Bye.